one of the things is obviously anxiety creeps in as one of the symptoms, and obviously the side effect to that is you go to the doctor puts you on anti-anxiety tablets, which again, I think that I don't know the ins and outs, I'm not medical, but you do weight gain on those as well, because I think because it's slowing metabolism, I'm not quite sure the ins and outs. But so you're almost in this cycle, but you go, but I can't, there's no way I can go back to anxiety, so I'll have to just, you know, and again, then you're trying to find this, what's the way to keep the weight down whilst dealing with all of the symptoms that are coming in. So.
And I would say for that, when we look on the triangle of emotion of health, and you have the blood sugars, the stress, and the sex hormones, the immune system and how that works in the digestion, it's like those are just victims. Those are kind of like, if anything on the triangle's out, then they can potentially show up in those two areas. What's interesting from the emotional point of view is when the blood sugar levels are out of kilter and imbalance, then you do feel more anxious and you do feel more worried, and then you just kind of sprinkle a little bit of stress on there, or a stressor, and that stress can even be something as simple as, I ate too many potatoes this week. So that's fascinating for me, because I've kind of cleared out, and then I'm like, maybe if I have a little bit more wheat, and now having kind of like not had the subtlety, I'm like, oh, I had that lollipop, or I had that bit of garlic bread, and I'm like, I can already feel the inflammation in my body's kind of reaction to, there's something in the system that I don't like. And so it's like, so there's a stress, it's really subtle. And then when the stresses are in the system, then emotionally it's like you feel overwhelmed. It's just like, well, why do I feel anxious? Blood sugar imbalance. And then I feel overwhelmed. There's like the stress. Again, think of it as that fight or flight. So my body's kind of like, for whatever reason, it can be biochemical, it can be emotional, electrical, it's like signals going on through the body, or it can be structural misalignment. It's like our body will always try and bring us back to this kind of homeostasis of everything communicating and working together, and it will do some amazing things to be able to try and find that balance. It's like, oh, we'll not do that, we'll not digest that bit of food, we'll just create a bigger space for this, and then it goes, like you say, it can be a vicious circle, but there is a way. So there is support. There are supplements and things that we can work with to help clear out the extra xenogens. We can find out and support which are the systems that aren't working for you. If it's, what's interesting is neck. So quite often you get people go, neck pain, like the neck muscles are, and also mid-back kind of traps. So neck muscles are actually associated with your stomach. So if you're getting a lot of neck pain, headaches, think, oh, is there any imbalances with my digestion? Kind of mid-back traps here, posture, blood sugar imbalance. So our posture and those muscles, there are like 42 different muscles that key into the different organs, and the different motions. So Chinese kind of 5-element medicine, and so it all has an impact. So whether you need to go in on to look at emotionally, are you in a job that you don't like, are you in a relationship or just an environment that is just not conducive to your well-being, that's extra stress as well. And then the more you do, particularly if you love your sport or your horse riding, it's like, that's like freedom and glorious. So it's find more of those things, but yes, equally give yourself the rest time. So it's like rest and digest. Give your body the space to digest whatever you've fueled it with that isn't kind of like aggravating or inflaming it. Then do omegas. So omega-3 is really good for the body. 6 and 9, if your body has too much of the 6 and 9, that actually is inflammatory. So it's like you could be taking the 6 and 9s and thinking that's helpful, but is it really? Again, everybody's individual, but the main things are eat, hydrate, rest, give your body the opportunity to recover, and then find out what is it that I need to look at consuming to support the organs that are out of balance.
Yeah.